Hello, children. Good morning. Hope you're all fine. So, my dearest children, I'm here with you today to narrate a story to you. And the story is The Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Now, this is a very common story, children. You might have heard earlier. So, children, there was a girl named Goldilocks who lived with her mummy and daddy. And on the other hand, there were three bears: the father bear, the mother bear, and the baby bear. Now, these bears they lived inside the forest. One day, Goldilocks wanted to play out, and her mother says, "Do not go out today." But she disobeys her mother, and being stubborn, she just walks out of the house. She starts playing around and she goes into the forest. And as she goes into the forest, which was nearby to her house, she forgot that she had been told not to go. Now she had to return back home. So, children, she has already lost her way. Yet she kept walking, and towards the end of the forest, she finds a beautiful house there, and then she knocks on the door. And when she knocks at the door, there's no one inside. Children, do you know whose house it was? It was the bear's house. Just before that, they had made the pudding, and it was so hot that they couldn't eat it. So they thought, let us go out, walk, and come back. So that is how the three bears they went for a small walk. And then, meanwhile, what happens? This Goldilocks she enters the house, and she sees there were three bowls of porridge. One bowl was very big, one bowl was medium sized, and one bowl was a tiny bowl. Now she first tries on to eat from the big bowl, and that big bowl was Daddy Bear's bowl, and it was really very hot, so she couldn't have it. Then she goes on to the mother bear's bowl, that was the middle sized bowl. She goes there and she wanted to eat it, yet she couldn't eat because it was very hot. Lastly, she goes on to baby bear's bowl, which was small and tiny, and she ate them all. After that, she sits on a chair. That was the father bear's chair, and that chair is too high for her. She goes on to the mother bear's chair, and that is too hard for her. Lastly, she goes on to the baby chair, and she breaks the chair too. Then after she had her porridge, now she really wanted to sleep. She was very sleepy and tired because she walked a lot. So she went on to the father bear's bed, but it was uncomfortable for her. Then she went on to the mother bear's bed. That was very hard for her. Lastly, she went on to the baby bear's bed, which was just soft, and she really wanted to sleep on it. So she slept. While she was sleeping, the three bears they came back to their house. As they come back, they see that someone has tasted from their bowls. And the small little baby bear says, "Oh my God, my porridge, someone has eaten it. It's not there." And she's very, very sad. She's crying. The baby bear is crying. And then, children, what happens? They see the chairs. So now they see the baby bear's chair also has been broken. And then baby bear is crying a lot. "Who is that who has eaten up my porridge and broken my chair?" She's really very, very sad. At the end, they go towards the bedroom. And when they go towards the bedroom, they see that the little Goldilocks is lying there and she's sleeping on the baby bear's bed. They were all shocked to see such a small little girl entering into a dense forest and sleeping on their bed, eating their porridge and breaking the chair. Now, what happens, children? All the three bears surround the little girl and they're looking at her. Just that moment, Goldilocks wakes up. As she wakes up, she's scared to see them. She's scared to see the three bears, and she runs out of the house. As she runs out, she sees her mother and her father. And she goes and hugs them and she tells, I will never disobey you. I will always listen to you. So, children, did you enjoy this story? And children, what do you learn from this story? Firstly, we should never disobey our parents. Secondly, what do you learn, children? We shouldn't be stubborn. Thirdly, when something is not ours, when it does not belong to us, we shouldn't touch it or we shouldn't use it. So, children, was it interesting? I know all of you might have enjoyed it. So, if you have enjoyed, children, please don't forget to like and subscribe the channel. Thank you, children. Have a wonderful day ahead.